multiple 100-kilometre race finisher, soon to be 100-mile finisher, Steve Kelly. You're 2 weeks out. Where are you at? How are you feeling?
Oh, man, that excites me. The soon-to-be finisher. Body's good, I reckon. Yeah, little tight in the hammy this morning. Normally don't tell people I'm feeling tight just because I've got to run it out. And everyone says that's not the solution, but I think it is. Otherwise ready, yeah. Sent out the race plan today. So I got you and Paddy, shout out to Paddy, lined up for pacing. Hopefully the older brother as well, if he can make a guest appearance. But I'm pretty pumped, eh? The more I think about it, the more I plan for it, the more excited I get.
Are you a bit nervous that it seems like you're lacking in a bit of crew and paces this year?
Nah, more of a challenge. Who's going to carry the boats, eh? So I think got you lined up for the finish and Paddy, then I think I can do the rest solo. I mean, I have. Like in March, I did 100 with no paces and just shade crewing.
Yeah.
95, hopefully Paddy will join. That'll be the first pacer. So
that's the first pacer at 95?
First pacer 95, going along the rail trail. So cannot remember where it starts. Should have researched better before here. Ends at Ipswich Grammar. Pat will come through at Esk. Hopefully Brenna will join me at Toogoolawah, but it doesn't matter.
I think the first checkpoint's Black Butt. So it's something before that.
It will be before
but
that.
I can't remember where that is.
I feel like that is. And when I'm there in 2 weeks' time, I'll write it down and I'll put it in my hand so that in 2 weeks' time when we recant the tales of that epic day, then we can know the places we were.
Cool. And obviously the goal is to finish, but do you have a time bracket?
I think under
that you're
24
hoping
hours
for?
would be pretty special. Yeah, finishing before 6 a.m, 100 miles in 24 hours. That'd be pretty. It's a very flat course, so that should be doable. But
do you have a realistic time to finish? Or
under 30 hours because it's the cutoff. Within 30 hours.
Is 30 hours the cutoff?
Yeah, 6 a.m. start because it's quite a flat course. 30 hours is the cutoff. Yep. Whereas some of the other like hillier courses have 36 hours, so you could go through to the next afternoon. But 6 a.m. start Saturday morning. Hopefully 6 a.m. finish Sunday morning. Geez, any earlier would be pretty sick, but we'll take it as it comes. Doing the forecast, I sort of put it out to 7, 8 a.m. which lets me run a lot of like 8-minute-ish Ks, lots of time at the stations, which I probably don't. I'm quite ambitious in my timings. I don't know if you ever noticed, but when I say how fast I'm going to go, I always shoot under, never over. So hopefully this is a bit more of a spread. And as the race goes on, the time spread a bit more to try and allow for whether I'm going faster or slower for different points. But I'm pretty pumped. Just got to get a bit of the nutrition part ready to go, but I've got it mapped out in my head. And then the crew points are pretty simple as well because it's very accessible. Like it's a good course. You can drive your car up to nearly the edge of the track for a lot of it. So the crew stuff's easier than most hundreds because normally you're like trekking into the bush. Again, I've never crewed a race, so I don't really know. But from my gauges, you have to carry things a distance from your car at times in these races as a crew member, but you don't have to do that in this one. Not the same way.
Thank goodness, man, because honestly, crewing can be just as challenging as the race because you haven't trained for the crewing and you also don't really know where to go, when to be where, and it's kind of stressful because you don't want to be at a checkpoint and you've already been through it, or you have to wait at the checkpoint for 4 hours while you're struggling to get there. It's pretty annoying, so it's good that you mapped it out now.
We'll see if it's right though. Having never crewed as well, like I've not had to run through one without you guys being there. I nearly beat Shay and Dad to a checkpoint, but I was going so slow at Noosa that year that they managed to get there in time. So I think they missed it and went somewhere else. And then because it took me 3 hours for a segment that should have taken me an hour and a half, they were there in time. So turns out if you just run slow, everyone will beat you at the checkpoints. So
yeah,
good strategy.
Well, lucky you've got that sorted. You slow runner.
Yep. Well, I'm definitely slow.
No, you're slow runner.
The checkpoints are sorted, so pretty pumped.
And during the race, you'll have gels and snack food and all that. But I think it's pretty surprising to most people that you'll eat full meals. What are your full meals planned out? Do you have anything yet?
Pizza. I'll definitely do a lot of pizza if I can.
Like Domino's?
No, ideally like just homemade stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I did have Domino's one year, but I just scraped all the toppings off. It was too intense. Yeah, the like veggies are too intense. You just want the bread and sauce. But again, like depends on how you're feeling.
Yeah.
So I do try and have like a few options. Sandwiches, like avocado sandwiches, peanut butter sandwiches, noodles. Punched a few noodles one year, like nice and warm, especially in the cold nights. Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of cans of Coke.
I will have a fair bit of soft drink.
Hot chips.
Yeah, hot chips if they're going.
Bulls.
Red Bulls. I'll have a few Red Bulls from here and there. Panadol if I need it. Paracetamol. better not promote brands, even though we just did with the other ones. Ibuprofen's a no, because I think it damages your kidneys. There's something about that. You can't have ibuprofen. You have to have paracetamol. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have either. But if you're going to have one, paracetamol only, no ibuprofen. I took that like 2 years ago for the first time in a race, and it helps. It feels really soft taking it, but it's like take that or don't finish.
You're running 160 Ks, man. I don't know.
Yeah, near the end there, like I think I'll probably like not 95, maybe beyond, be the first time I'd consider that. I think people pop them like candy as they're going through the runs. I think it's like you're just trying to quieten the pain, and that does do a good job of quietening the pain. So,
man, it sounds like you're going to a rave or something, you know?
It is a bit of a rave.
Coke and cans of Coke and pizza and
where are we going here?
Panadols.
Yeah. Replace the dancing for running, and yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
fluoro colours are worn. Yeah, I guess you could say it is a bit of a party.
JB, you could go. You can run 160, bro.
Punch it out. But I'll have my vest on, so water in one and like a carbohydrate mix in the other. So that's how I'll manage a lot of the calories. But then like gels early on, especially, and then I'll try and do food sort of in the middle, and then later on I'll probably have more of the liquid food just to try and keep as much nutrition in as possible. So yeah, trying to get a certain amount of like calories, carbohydrates per hour, keep me going.
You know, he needs to consider their nutrition and running training. The whole team of the Broncos.
They do.
Is it? What's going on? Are they not drinking enough cans of Coke? Are they not eating enough pizza?
Do you think I should train them? Just
maybe
like how to grind
get K's in their legs, you know?
How to gut something out when it's not going your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sad. We had a pretty like full strength team, and I don't want to say that I was pretty critical on the Dragons before in our previous conversations, but I was pretty critical on the Dragons, thinking we'd have an easy win. So yeah, I got to take my son to his first game of footy to watch the Broncos lose. It was pretty sad, but the guaranteed win, upset of the season, I don't know. It was just
without a doubt
tough to watch the Broncos perform so terribly. And then we knew they'd turn up next week to beat the Titans.
Lucky they backed it up.
And they did not turn up to beat the Titans. I don't know. I think we're a one-man team, and we've been a one-man team all along. We just haven't realised it. And Walshy's not playing well. So is that it? Is that all we've got? If Walshy doesn't play well, we can't. There's nothing left in the team.
Yeah, I think it was about 4 or 5 weeks ago I watched the final series from last year again, just to feel good about something.
Yeah, good.
And the way that Walshy played against the Raiders and then the Panthers and then the Storm to finish, it was insane. And everyone was waiting for him to do something.
Yeah,
because we won it in the end of the second half, all 3 games. We were behind. So I hate to think we are a one-man team, but when you've got Walshy, Payne, Carrigan, Ezra, Ben Hunt, Reynolds, we shouldn't be. Stags. We shouldn't be a one-man team, but maybe we are. So I don't know where that leaves us, but I think our producers said that we'd go on a 10-week winning streak now and make a prelim, which even the one-eyed Broncos supporter I am think that's Freeman.
I think the next 8 games are against the top 9 teams or something like 9. So I think we've probably got a tough run ahead of us. But if we do, then we're a chance of coming second because no one's going to beat Penrith. So we're all playing for second at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be nice to get close. Geez, we better make the 8. Like have teams won the grand final and then not made the 8 the following year.
Yes, not both teams though. So Storm and Broncos.
Oh, out of the 8.
I think it's never been done before. The 2 grand final teams. Some have, like Parramatta against Panthers the first year. I think the Panthers won. They didn't make the 8, so it does happen. Oh, that won the grand final.
Won the grand final. Didn't, and then the next year didn't make the 8. That might be something special we can do. Everyone wants one of those stats.
Yeah, I don't know. My rugby league knowledge is only really the last 10 to 15, so no within that period of time.
Yeah, fascinating. Well, I mean, it's been majority of the Panthers, and they keep
correct.
8, so that's a pretty easy one to think through. I think the Storm have sorted themselves out. Is that an early call?
No, that's probably fair.
They seem to be.
The Tigers.
I don't think Munster's playing great, but the rest, it's like Hughes seems to be.
Yeah,
maybe that's why they sorted themselves out because Hughes came back into the team and started lifting them. So.
Yeah, I think Origin always does wonders to Munster as well.
Yeah,
so I think he's been playing well last couple of weeks. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just concerning that we were touted as the favourites at the start of this year. And now we're paying $1.20 something to miss the 8.
How good?
Gamble responsibly.
The Dogs and the Tigers both did it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did they?
04 Dogs, 05 Tigers.
Oh, 2 years in a row.
Both bended too hard after.
Classic. Both shit teams, I guess. So
And
that makes
Storm
sense.
in 09, but that's
Did they?
They were stripped
they were
of points. So 04 and 05. So little time in between. And again, we don't want to follow.
So I said last 15 years. So I was right. So
the
it's
Dogs
20
and the
years ago.
Tigers aren't two teams we'd like to follow. So
No.
if we could,
No,
maintain
shocking.
here, what's happened to the Tigers?
Yeah, I think some key injuries. I don't know. I think when it just shows that the good teams in this league still have plenty of solid depth.
Yeah.
Next man up attitude, which is a bullshit saying, but it is true, is that when you lose someone or someone else drops out, your structure and your systems are so good that the next guy can just step in place. Whereas Titans, more Titans too. Whereas the Tigers, they lost their halfback for a while. Adam Dewey was killing it. They lost their fullback Buller and they lost Appy. They're 9. So 3 of their key signings.
Luai was out for a bit as well.
Luai was out for a bit as well.
So
He was injured. So
middle.
I think without that depth, they've just really struggled. And they've got heaps of outside backs injuries as well. So, yeah, I think they're just off a cliff. Even though a lot of their players are back now, hard for them to get going again.
Get gelling, yeah. Well, pretty
it sucks.
Pretty tough loss.
I like the Tigers doing well.
Yeah.
It felt good.
Well, now it's sort of like coming together on the ladder again, but not in the top 8.
No.
We're just meeting in the bottom 8. So.
I think we're right next to each other. I think Tigers are just above us.
Yeah, or bottom 9, I should say now.
Yeah.
Interesting. Next year, when we have an extra team, does it become the top 9, top 10?
No, it's still top 8.
And just more teams miss
They are
out.
talking more about like a wild card process of some kind. Yeah, and just to keep things a bit interesting. Yeah, but nothing confirmed yet.
Fascinating.
But it'd be 20 teams. It'd be good. 18 teams. Phew. They're talking about doing 20 teams quickly. So then currently negotiating the broadcasting rights. And the talk is it'd be $4 billion over 4 years, which is the biggest broadcasting rights ever.
Yeah, right.
But the broadcasters want 20 teams because they want 20 games.
More games.
Yep. They want, 20 teams.
Games.
20 rounds plus international footy. That's the talk, the long term.
2020.
But I think
Ipswich.
Ipswich is definitely spoken about. Yeah, for sure. Because
to another Brisbane team.
Makes sense. Otherwise, they're
Dolphins have
talking
been
about another
absorbed.
New Zealand team, or
Yeah,
I think
right.
the Adelaide Rams used to be around.
Right.
But I think that's a bit ballsy.
I think Adelaide's bold. If you want to fill a team up, do it
Yeah.
at Ipswich.
Yeah.
Put another Brisbane team
But are we
in.
diluting the team already? Like the quality of the players, the talent? Are we
Yeah.
going to lose all the Broncos players like we did to the Dolphins?
Yeah. Well, at least we've got good representation in Queensland from Dolphins because they're all Broncos players, are they? Or
Yeah.
ex-Broncos players?
Yeah,
Sort of
correct.
like.
They all are.
Hippie Grammar produces a lot of good players.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
So
absolutely. And they've got
a
the
team
Ipswich
out of
Jets out
Ipswich
there
would
that are
make sense.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like very good in the Q Cup, always have been. So, yeah, I think that makes heaps of sense. Yeah. But I don't know if we need another team. Like, I think we're already going to dilute the talent too far with Perth, and then PNG are already signing some real gun players. So,
I don't know if you do. They give more opportunity, more people to make a living out of this game.
yeah, but I think like you look at the gap of the top to the bottom, and that's just going to get wider.
Yeah.
The less talent's around.
True.
And the gap to the top to the bottom is pretty significant at the moment. I mean, can you imagine the Dragons versus the Panthers right now? It'd be a
Did
bloodbath.
they played recently? 2 weeks ago.
I know, and they did pretty good.
And they
But
did
anyway.
very well.
I just have to pay out another team other than Broncos, man.
Nah, I think Broncos
Someone's
got
gotta
it.
get it.
Man, you're lucky enough to get the call up for Origin.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the call I'd like to play, or it sounded like
Oof.
someone to fish for there.
Man, we would be scraping the barrel if you got the call up to play.
Oh, I could still spin a ball, man. No, I can't tackle, but I could pass it. Yeah,
Yeah.
step. Hopefully not do a hammy. Yeah, no, I'm going down to Melbourne. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Yeah, got the call up from our aggregator, Low Market, shout out, to go down to Melbourne with them, which is pretty cool. I'm really excited. I accepted the ticket straight away, but I also get really nervous about those things, especially traveling like a 2.5 hour flight, missing a bit of work, which I hate missing work.
Stop.
For the Wednesday, Thursday. It's a lot of effort to then hopefully, we better win. A lot of effort to go down there and see them lose. But just this morning, the Blues team's been announced, and I think it is shocking. Like, they've dropped Olakwadu. Like, he was one of their best players.
Yep.
And they put in Dylan Lucas, who's a gun too. But for him not even be on the bench is crazy. And Cam Murray is the best 13 in the game, without a doubt. And we were winning, was it 20-0 in the first Origin? I don't remember very well. I think it was 20-0. And they put Cam Murray on, and we didn't score another point.
Yeah.
For the whole Origin. And that was 20 minutes in. Cam Murray paid the 60. Like, it's not a coincidence. How they're not putting Cam Murray in 13 is just beyond me. Laurie's just such an
Who
idiot.
plays 13? Yo, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you put him at 10.
Yeah, true.
You got Mitch Barnett starting. Like, I don't know, put Mitch Barnett on the bench or drop him because he's been okay, but he's underdone. He's not in, I think he's played 3 games of footy in the whole year. So, how you can not do, how you cannot do care around 13 is beyond me. But anyway, it's good for us. So onwards and upwards. Casey McLean in the centres instead of Crichton. I think that's not a good thing for Queensland. I think he's an absolute gun, so it makes me a bit nervous. But our team remains mostly unchanged. A few key ones like Paddy Carrigan's obviously out, so they've had to just shuffle the deck a bit with him. And then they're putting Britton Nakora into our starting side, which I think is a bit bold. I would have rathered Kulikefu. I know how to say his name. I do. I'm just a little bit under the weather today, man. So my brain's not working as head.
No one knows what we're talking about anyway. Kulikefu, who's he play for?
Yeah, the Dolphins. He's the edge player. Anyway, Queensland looking strong. Really excited to go to Melbourne and watch the boys win, and then we come up to Brisbane for the decider. So maybe we should go.
Big game. Hold your breath. No, we're not going. I think I went 1 year and they lost, and it was horrific at Suncorp. So that's
Sad,
me done. It's been a while since I've been to Suncorp and watched a win for my team. So I'm just going to stay away for a bit and then just wait. So.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, you can't use that car park.
I'm not sitting there with you. I'm not sitting there. Onwards. Origin will be good. We could do with the Queensland win. Didn't we win last year though? So
yeah,
we'll keep going.
Did. Losers.
Good.
Sweet, man. Market. Let's wrap up there. So, look, it seems a bit slower in the market at the moment. What are you feeling? What's happening?
I think property market's a bit slower. Yeah, I think less people are turning up to open homes, definitely in a southeast Queensland perspective. I think the whole country was slower. Clearance rates are down. We're back to sort of these weird COVID levels. I think people are just uncertain. Like, what does it all mean? Budget changes. What does it mean for me? If I'm uncertain, then I'll just do nothing. And doing nothing sees clearance rates slow. Properties aren't listed the same way. So I think it'll just stagnate for a little bit. And I don't know if we'll see these massive price rises, which is probably not a bad thing for the market for a little bit anyway. And so people will know what that level is. I don't see Brisbane sliding, not Southeast Queensland anyway. Maybe some of the other states will, but we've got enough infrastructure jobs, still demand here. I think once people get a bit more clarity, then they'll buy again and sell again. Because we've got this pending capital gains piece coming up. So people are going to have to make a decision if they want to be out before the change. So I think that'll bring stock to the market.
Do you think there's a possibility of us reliving through the COVID boom? Like the clearance rates and everything else, all the signs are pointing towards we were back in COVID. We know what happened in COVID, the back end, where property, almost doubled in a couple of years. Do you think there's a possibility that we can up there again? Like if everyone's going to sell their property because of capital gains, will there then be another fear of missing out again, or what do you think?
There's always a chance. Like if you asked me pre-COVID, where house is going to go up like this, I would have said no way. So
not a chance.
And you asked me if interest rates were going to go up, and I would have said no back 6-7 months ago when they started rising again. Didn't make sense at the time. So I'm often wrong. So maybe we should start there. Actually, I'm always wrong. But
so are the bank economists that get paid $1 million a year.
I don't like. Yes, the market's so weird that if it does seem like momentum is crazier than ever. So we pause, everyone pauses, and then if it starts to run and the sense is that prices are going up even a little bit, people will have that fear of missing out because they know in the past that means prices are going to run. So I think, yes.
Once it starts,
purely on it may keep going, and people may, for that fear of missing out, pay those silly prices again as well. So, and again, we might have all these, everything legislated that we're talking about from the budget, which is looking that way. It comes in August, September, whenever they can get it all through. And then 2 years' time, it'll just be unwound if the parties swap. Both are saying, if Pauline somehow gets into power,
Pauline,
never say never. My goodness,
and let's go. Our version of Donald Trump, baby.
If the Liberals get in, which they were dead, and then Labor comes out and changes an election promise and implements taxes that they weren't going to do, and then all of a sudden the swing in votes is massive again. So I don't know. Liberals are going to run now. So both of those could see the end of all these changes. So for 2 years, we could live in a weird environment. As that's getting closer to people make the decision that I may get my negative gearing back with this new party. So weird times ahead, man, which I think is normal. It's been weird.
Yeah.
Since Trump got in power.
Yeah.
The whole world's been weird.
I mean, could you argue since COVID?
Probably.
The world's been pretty weird.
You could probably point at something from every single point in the timeline that's made it weird. So, I think weird times ahead. And we don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I think we've still got to make wealth though. So Australians have still got to decide how to grow their wealth. And we've done that historically through property. I don't think it's going to change. So let's see.
There are some pretty prominent investors out there that are still, and it could be like, for self reasons.
Sure. Are they all mortgage brokers, are they? Or?
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
But they're also, they're recommending that property is still the way to go. Because as the great Warren Buffett said, be fearful when others are greedy, but be greedy when others are fearful. So some would argue that now is the time to buy. And I'll tell you, like, we've got pretty decent sized brokerage and we've got plenty of pre-approvals coming through, because I think people are getting ready to potentially pounce on maybe a deal that they might see. And I do think there's just going to take one drop in that ocean or one little snowball rolling down a hill for it all just to start. And the momentum just keeps going, which is, I think really exciting. But I think just because there's a little bit of uncertainty in the market, I don't know if that's the time then you should pull out and hold. But hey, that's just me. And maybe it's a little self-interested.
Well said. As a quality mortgage broker who's looking after his clients. But
so basically just get loans and buy property.
And you play to the conditions you have. That's definitely not financial advice. Good point, Will. Definitely not financial advice, just a general guide. But I think sometimes, you play the conditions in front of you. And the conditions in front of us now, in front of us now are quite strange, and like they are what they are. So I think if you're trying to grow wealth, it seems like we still have the same options. So go out there and play hard.
Yeah, and if you're unsure, chat to people. Go chat to professionals. Chat to some financial planners. Get your capacity from a mortgage broker. Figure out what it all looks like. Do your own budget. Run your numbers and go, all right, if I want to do something, here's what I can do. Don't guess. Don't assume. How's that?
Good summary. Love it.
All right, that'll do us, I reckon. Thanks, Devo. Good luck for your run, man, if we don't speak to you. Good luck to me as well.
I think we'll probably speak a few times between now and then. And probably on the run, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah, I've got to pace something, I don't know. I think it was 8 or 10 hours or something I saw on your little schedule. So
yeah, I've given you between
more than an hour
30
in a while,
and 42 Ks, dealer's choice from that perspective. So, and all of them in the night hours of Sunday morning.
So from midnight or from...
Potentially midnight.
From midnight to 8 a.m.
Could be. Yeah, if you don't mind.
Sweet.
I'd appreciate it. So yeah.
Do I get a medal?
You get no medals.
Can I have your medal?
At the end. You cannot have my medal.
Do I get some beers at 8 a.m. on a Sunday?
You do not. So
God damn.
Maybe a Powerade. We'll see. I don't know. Only if they're free. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man. Catch ya.